E.N.D here, and when you thought that we will have a small break from spoilers, you were wrong. Guess what? We have spoilers for The Lost Caverns of Ixalan and Ravnica Remastered. Let's start! And I want to start with the product lineup for The Lost Caverns of Ixalan, and you have them all: the draft booster box, the set booster box, the collector booster box, the bundle gift edition, and 4 commander pre-constructed decks. Huat the Poet of Unity, 2 and 1 green, it's a 2/3, enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. 3 and 2 hybrid mana, exile it and return her transformed under her owner's control, activate only as a sorcery. And she transforms into Roar of the Fifth People. Enchantment Saga. Chapter 1, create 2 3/3 green dinosaur creature tokens. Chapter 2, it gains creatures you control have tap at 1 red, 1 green or 1 white mana. Chapter 3, search your library for a dinosaur card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Chapter 4, dinosaurs you control gain double strike and trample until end of turn. It's a card that you have to add to any dinosaur deck out there. Ojer Axonil Deepest Might, for 2 and 2 red, it's a 4/4 with trample. If a red source you control would deal an amount of non-combat damage less than its power to an opponent, that source deals damage equal to its power instead. Ping your opponent and that's 4 damage. When it dies, return it to the battlefield tapped and transformed under its owner's control. And when Ojer Axonil dies, it transforms into Temple of Power. It's a land, tap to add 1 red mana, 2 and 1 red mana, tap, transform it, activate only if red sources you control dealt 4 or more non-combat damage this turn and only as a sorcery. The Skull Spore Nexus, 6 and 2 green, legendary artifact. The spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. A 6/6 creature will make this hit the battlefield with only 2 green mana. Whenever 1 or more non-token creatures you control die, create a green fungus dinosaur creature token with base power and toughness equal to the total power of those creatures. 2. Tap, double target creature's power until end of turn. Cavern of Souls. Yes, Cavern of Souls will be standard legal again after 10 years. Enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Tap, and 1 colorless mana. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type, and that spell can't be countered. You have the normal version, and then you have the showcase version. But wait, there are more Cavern of Souls. 6 more Cavern of Souls in the Cosmium Neon ink, and all of them are gorgeous. Breach's Eager Pillager, for 2 and 1 red, it's a 3/3 with first strike. Whenever a pirate you control attacks, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Create a treasure token. Target creature can block this turn. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. It's a nice add to any pirate deck out there. Galta Stampede Tyrant. Galta is back. Where's Marvin? I question. 5 and 3 green, 12/12 with trample. Enters the battlefield. Put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. I wonder, why not put the 3 Eldrazi Titan in play? Box stoppers. Yes, the Lost Caverns of Ixalan will have box stoppers. One of these are Corsive Portal, 4/4 artifact, Will of the Council. At the beginning of your upkeep, starting with you, each player votes for Carnage or Homage. If Carnage gets more votes, sacrifice it and destroy all non-land permanents. If Homage gets more votes or the vote is tied, draw a card. The Lost Caverns of Ixalan introduces for the first time special guests. These are highly desired reprints that are matched to the flavor of the plane they appear in. They are incorporated in the list and thus can be found in set booster boxes and collector booster boxes. Special guest cards will not be standard legal. They will keep their current format legality. Our first special guest, Lord of Atlantis, for 2 blue, it's a 2/2, other merfolk get +1/+1 and have Island Walk. The next special guest, Mana Crypt. Yes, Mana Crypt will be reprinted in the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Everyone knows Mana Crypt. For 0, at the beginning of your upkeep, flip a coin. If you lose the coin, it deals 3 damage to you. Tap to add 2 colorless mana. But there will be more Mana Crypts. Yes, another 6 Mana Crypts with the Cosmium Neon ink. Extremely gorgeous and probably extremely valuable. Last but not least, the basic lands. The 5 basic lands for the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. No doubt and no one can deny how gorgeous these 5 basic lands, 5 full art basic lands are. But the Lost Caverns of Ixalan will give us more. Welcome to Jurassic Park Enchantment Saga. For each opponent up to one target non-creature artifact they control becomes a 0/4 wall artifact creature with defender as long as you control this saga. Chapter 2, create a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token with trample. It gains haste until end of turn. Chapter 3, destroy all walls. Exile this saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. And it transforms into Jurassic Park Legendary Land. Each dinosaur card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. Tap, add 1 green mana for each dinosaur you control. Indominus Rex Alpha for 1, 2 hybrid mana between blue and black and 2 green, 6/6, enters the battlefield, discard any number of creature cards. It enters the battlefield with a flying counter on it if a card discarded this way has flying. The same is true for First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Hexproof, Haste, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample and Vigilance. Enters the battlefield, draw a card for each counter on it. Ian Malcolm Coalition for 1, 1 red and 1 blue, set to 2. Whenever a player draws their second card each turn, the player exiles the top card of their library. During each player's turn, that player may cast a spell from among the cards they don't own exiled with Ian Malcolm, and mana of any type can be spent to cast it. Ravnica Remastered, a collection of the best cards from the Ravnica block. Return to Ravnica block and Guilds of Ravnica block, starting with Tomic, Flibbit, Massacre Gale, Krenko and Birds of Paradise in the anime version. Nismizet Parun and Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice in the old-style golden legendary frame. Shocklands, a Ravnica set is nothing without Shocklands, with the original artwork by Rob Alexander. But there are more Shocklands, the borderless version and the retro frame version. I wonder how many times you are going to reprint Shocklands. So that was the last card in this particular sneak peek of the Lost Caverns of Ixalan and Ravnica Remasters. Subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.